yeah, Suffolk Triumph, absolutely marvellous. Yeah, oh, what am I on? Look at this. Oh, Triumph Scrambler 1200 XE, absolutely marvellous. But I'll get going and we can have a mutter about it. There we go. Oh, and it's full of petrol. That's wonderful, isn't it? Right, let's get going. Here we go, through the little gap. Oh, loads of traffic. I'll probably bring you back when all this traffic has gone. Oh, there we go, look at that. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, oh, I mean, look at it. Look at the orange. Absolutely splendid. And of course, oh, mirror's not set up. There we go, simple as that. Yeah, oh, the Thruxton in Scrambler form. That's basically it. Because out of the Bonneville range, this, believe it or not, this is the one most closely related to the Thruxton. I know, incredible. Very difficult to believe, but it's true. So, what have we got? We've got that wonderful 1200 high torque engine, of course, on this baby, only producing 89 brake horsepower, which isn't shabby. It's just not the same as the Speed Twin or the Thruxton, but of course it's a very different type of bike. 110 newton meters of torque though. How about that? Yeah, marvellous, isn't it? Just get my visor down. C-type, Dave, you're not getting anywhere near it, I'm afraid. C-type is 870 millimeters. Yeah, oh, it's a tall baby for sure, even taller than the 400X, which is wonderful, isn't it? Obviously it's got loads of different modes, because it's off-roady. Wonderful suspension on it, Mazzocchi on the front and on the rear, and I was just discussing the rear shocks, and I mean they're beasts. Yeah, obviously fully adjustable, but the bike doesn't come cheap. Over £13,000. Yeah, you might get a deal on it, I don't know. So what I'm going to do anyway, let's finish off on the specs so we get them out the way. 230 kilograms wet, yeah, which isn't too bad, I don't think, for a big 1200, but heavy for a scrambler. However, it doesn't feel, you would never know it's that heavy, which is crazy for such a big bike. But what I will do is, I've actually got the bike for a few days, so I'm going to get on the dual carriageway on the A12 and the A14, but I will bring you back when I get off the A14. Yeah, because my plan is to do a couple of videos on it, have a little outing, see what it's like, and with any luck get Mrs. Tame on the back and see what she thinks of it. Yeah, that'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? Right, so I will bring you back when I'm off the dual carriageways. Yeah. There we go, down the A14, obviously, no problem whatsoever. The only problem is hanging on to those bars. Yeah, the wind blast, because the seating position is so upright and so open. You're like a kite. Yeah, so you have to hang on to those bars quite tight. But I also noticed as well that it's the same as the T120 and the T100. At round about 4,000 revs, you are doing sort of 75 to 80. Yeah, so the revs are exactly the same. In terms of road holding, you'd expect it being so tall and everything that it'd grab the, you know, the patchwork on the road repairs and things like that in the white line, but it doesn't. It sits there steady as a rock, which is really reassuring. Would I want to do long hauls on it, on the motorways at that high speed? I think that'd become quite tiring quite quickly. Nothing, you know, only in that it's a naked bike and you are sat like a kite. Yeah. So I guess you'd want to be looking for the back lanes, really. Or is it just me? Maybe it wouldn't be a problem for you. Acceleration and everything on there for overtaking, obviously no problem at all, not with 89 brake horsepower and 110 newton meters of torque. And it's set quite happy in 6th and pulled in 6th. Yeah, oh, we've got a dual motor. Oh, he's going to stop somewhere. He's going to stop there. Marvellous. So, what I'll do is, I'll just go to Hawley Castle and we can do a walk around and you can have a look at it, because it does look splendid in this orangey colour. Yeah, what do they call it? Bear or badger or something like that. I don't know. And it is a very tall bike. But here we are, Hawley Castle. Yeah. Get round here. And we'll stop here. There we go. Indicator off. Into neutral. Ignition off. Side stand. Down it goes. And over it goes. Yeah. Oh, tall baby to get your leg over, if you pardon the phrase. Yeah, so there you go. What do you reckon? Oh, I think it's a right eyeful, but let me change cameras. Right, let's have a look at it. I mean, look at this, just wonderful paint. The sun's just gone in, so you might have a chance of seeing it now. It's all sparkly and lovely. What a marvellous colour that is. But let's start at the front. Twin Brembo brakes at the front, plenty of stopping power. Spoked wheels, yeah. 21 inch on the front, I think, and 17 on the back, or 16, can't remember. But I'll put the specs in the description anyway. These Mazzocchi upside down, fully adjustable front forks, keeping it nice and steady. Tiny little headlamp with a fly on it. I don't know if that's... Nope, that one's still alive. Yeah. Clock. Now on the older ones, they used to be adjustable. I don't think they are anymore. Maybe. Don't think so though. But there you go. Hand guards, of course. Little mud guard. But enough to keep it clean, I think. Maybe you'd want an extender on it and a bash plate underneath. Obviously plenty of grip on these for going off-road if you're going to get muddy. Heat shield. It's still fairly warm. I don't know what Mrs. Tame would think of that. Rear foot pegs, obviously. Seat quite thin, but perfectly comfortable so far. On the XE, this is metal. If you just get the X, I think it's plastic. Obviously Mazzocchi piggyback, fully adjustable on the back shocks, yeah, but I mean look at the size of them. They're big babies. Massive swinging arm, very similar to that on the Thruxton, and obviously that wonderful 1200 high torque engine. Yeah, 89 brake horsepower, 110 newton meters of torque. Obviously geared very different. No centre stand. Don't know if that's an issue on this or not, but I don't think you'd want one for going off-road. But it is a big bike to take off-road. But it is very, very light to ride. I said this the first time I rode one of these, quite a while ago now. It's like a belly dancer. Yeah, you can't believe it. It should handle like a camel, and yet it doesn't. It defies everything. The clock, obviously, round TFT with lots of information on there, all operated by a little lever down here and your modes here. This one has got cruise control as well. Yeah, very, very nice. Mickey Mouse mirrors, of course, but a sample pot for your brake reservoir. Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but there must be something better that they could do. Grab rail there for Mrs. Tame, and of course you can only get one pannier on because of the exhaust, but I think a jolly nice looking bike, especially in this colour. But let's get back on and do the senses test. Right, here we are, back on board, ignition on. It's quite a slow one. Good evening, rider, it said. Marvellous. Yeah, good evening indeed. Let's get the baby fired up. There we go. Yeah, digital rev counter, speed in, you know, numbers. Yeah. Let's get down here where it should feel right at home. Yeah. Oh, very nice. It does sound nice, but we'll get on to that. So the senses test. What does it taste like? Oh, this has got to be something very orangey. Fanta, can of Fanta, or orange spangles, or even a Terry's chocolate orange. Yeah, but whatever it'd be, it would definitely be marvellous. What else? Smell. Well, it's a brand new bike. Don't smell of anything except warm metal, perhaps a bit of warm plastic. Quite a pleasant smell. Yeah. And then, what does it look like? It looks like the daddy of all scramblers. That's what it looks like. It's sort of retro, I guess, but it's just lovely. Yeah, I think so. If you know, if you don't like retros or scramblers, then you're definitely not going to like the look of it. To touch and feel, it feels dead solid. Now my mate Dung Spreader DS, he doesn't think Triumph are a luxury brand, and I sort of understand exactly what he means. Yeah. Let's have a look up there. Nothing coming. Marvellous. They're definitely top end though, I'd say. DS. and it feels good quality, is what I'd say to me. And spending 13 grand on a bike like this, to me, would put it in the luxury brand. But everyone's got a different view on what's luxurious. I mean, some people would say Goldwing's luxurious, wouldn't they, for the pure comfort and what have you. So yeah, so that's what it feels like. Nice shapes, all the paintwork seems really nice, all the switches feel really nice. So yeah, definitely high up there on the touch and feel. Yeah. And then the sound, I think it's one of the best sounding Bonnevilles with that exhaust. Yeah, sounds lovely. Could it sound better? I know it can. I've heard them with the pipe on, absolutely incredible. Perhaps even too much, one might say, but you will see in one of my videos if you haven't already. Yeah, so that's the sound. And then how does it make me feel? I like it, I really like it. I liked it the first time I rode it. It's a surprising bike. Yeah, that's what I'd say. I love it. Would I have one? Yeah, of course I would. Would Mrs. Tane let me have one? I don't know. I'll ask her, see what she thinks. Yeah. So that's where I am with it. I don't know what you think of it. Let us know in the comments. And I will catch you on this bike in another video very shortly. Yeah. Ta-ta.